Hello, my friends, peoples of the world. You are my larger family with none of the traditional privileges afforded to family, but still, you are my people. YouTube viewers, people of Talking with Fed people, you are my people. Why? Well, because obviously this is the country I live in, is YouTube. As much as any other country I live in. I spend all my time on YouTube. I mean, lately I've been spending like all my time on YouTube. And part of the reason is, obviously, I'm excited about the Shorts channel. But more importantly, what really excites me about it is I'm getting better. The jokes are getting better. The shorts are getting better, and I don't know if that's going to end up being rewarded by the algorithm, but I know when. I feel it's satisfying to know, because I'm not such a knower, you know. But I know when a joke, like one of those things, really hits or doesn't. I'm learning about how to use NI in 15 seconds, which you should. It seems like you shouldn't have to use that much of it, right? How extrovertedly intuitive can you get? A lot in 15 seconds. A lot you can. You know, if the joke's straightforward, it's like Sasquatch, Bigfoot, human superstition. Look, human, feet not that big. I could have more interactions than say a little chunk, but that's exactly where it needs to be. Those bits and nothing else, you know. It's like I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to be streaming for a super long time tonight because I haven't slept this little for this long in a while. It's been a couple years, I think, since I've gotten this little sleep for a block of about 4 nights. I didn't sleep at all last night. I don't think I slept at all the night before. And then maybe got like a couple hours the night before that, like 3 hours before that. So I am a bottle of bubbling bubbles. And each of those bubbles is filled with its own bubbling bubble cauldron. That makes me feel more bubbly. None of those cauldrons or bubbles have anything to do with the bubble making machine. Who or what is Mindy? Well, Mindy is the lady who makes the channel called Mindy's Club with a K. Mindy's KLUB. If you YouTube search it, it should show up. Anyway, she's the main lady around there, and I guess she's been hanging around the typology community, and she's super nice. Everybody likes her, you know. And what my thought is, yeah, it's easy being nice when you're Mindy. Well, I mean, what I mean here is, I'm actually meaning this literally. So when I'm logged in as Mindy's Club, and I go to a live stream or whatever, I'm being Mindy, and I'm just relentlessly positive. And it's amazing how not a goddamn thing bothers me. It's like I'm embodying Mindy, who's just like, who's sociopathically sweet. Mindy is sociopathically sweet. So, but not particularly harmfully so. But Mindy don't take no shit. Eric, do you remember what I said about Adderall? Did you say that it's the best thing since sliced bread? You and me, Sanji? As far as I know. Would we have some real reason not to be cool? Does something happen? I remember, I remember trolling you a little bit. It's true. And being surprised to discover myself doing it. Like, Eric! Look what you are doing! You gave this up years ago. You stopped doing this shit years ago. What are you doing? I said it was just whatever. I didn't think that we were mad at each other or anything. You seemed a little annoyed. But, you know, hey, sometimes I get my turn to annoy people, too. It doesn't just go one direction. I'm always the one being annoyed by other people. That time, I get to be the one annoying you. Not that you're somebody who annoys me, Jonathan Basanti, but you know what I'm saying. You have to be the one behind the camera being annoyed, and I get to be the annoying one. I feel so I'm getting increasingly DMT-ish in my presentation and mood. I catch myself going, what we need to do is understand things. Eric, so why don't you buy a pony and call that pony Adderall? Call that pony Adderall is a good title for something. Sorry. I don't even remember what we were arguing about. Were we arguing? I think I was saying something was worse than the Holocaust. Maybe David Lynch. Yeah, I was making some really mature and thoughtful comments in that stream. If you want it, let's do it. I mean, I got it, bro. I'm not lacking. And these commies I got this time, first of all, cheapest they've ever been. $26 for 60 15 milligram pills. And these pink ones have got some fucking pop to them. I don't know. It's like it's the same drug, right? It's supposed to be identical chemically, but I have taken few of these, very few, and I've been thwacked. I've been thwacked since I got on the bottle. Of course, I was super rested before I came into the bottle. Like I had rested the living F off my resting bones. I was solid 2 weeks or so without, well, more or less. I certainly had plenty of sleep. I got to the point where my back was sore from sleeping too much, and then I'd even gotten past that to where I was no longer even sleepy. I was just kind of feeling pretty productive and doing shit even without Adderall, and then, but also ready, like, okay, well, I'm ready for it to come back into my life. Got to get you into my life. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. I was alone, and then I saw the thing that there was at the time. Me. I better now. Oh, how I've got the bong ribs. Yeah. Well, I've got to pull bong rips every single day of my life. Got to smoke the smoke in my lungs. Dun, 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 dun. I got to get the smoke in my lungs. Well, least favorite drug I've ever taken. Worst experience I ever had was ketamine, K-hole. But second worst experience I ever had was a really intense bad trip. And third worst experience with drugs I ever had was every time I attempted any kind of a real, like a narcotic, you know, like an opiate or codeine or opioid or that, you know, Valium or not Valium, Vicodin, things like that. Every time I take those things, they make me feel good for a little while, but it's not worth it because when they wear off, I feel really super like car sick and puky and awful for longer than I felt good. So it's never been a good deal. Like, it's never been a good drug deal with yourself. It's like alcohol is not a good drug deal with yourself because it requires too much exclusive attention. You want to do drugs where you can do other things while you're on the drugs. I could never get anything done when I was drinking. Like once I took my first drink of the day, there was no more work getting done. That was it. Whatever productivity I had accomplished up until that point, there's nothing desirable about it, Morridge. It's a state of dissociative fracturing where your aspects of your cognition that normally allow you to make sense of the various bits of self that give you a sense of existing, it goes away in some strange, weird thing that's not good, though. And you're just lost. The only thing you have is this flicker of fear that you almost, well, you're just totally not, you're not like showing anything. You know, people with bad trip on acid or something, you can tell they're bad tripping up and they'll be like, oh my god, I'm having a bad trip, I'm having a bad trip, or some stupid shit like that, right? But, K-hole, it's difficult to say a word. Very difficult to say a word even, like, and it's difficult to have a thought. It's difficult to complete a thought. It's kind of like, you know, you've got acute Alzheimer's disease or something. It's not good. I don't know why anybody would like it. And the thing is, even when you do it in non-K-hole amounts, I never liked it. I just do it because it was a head change. Remember that I didn't like it. Not do it for a couple months. Because I had like a this big vial of it, powder, bumps of it or whatever. I never did like it. And I guess I kept trying to find some way to integrate it into my head change regimen in some way that was just not like every time. Oh, why is so green and slimy? Probably I went a little bigger that night. I didn't go substantially bigger, but I'm not sure if the K-hole is one of those escape velocity kind of things, you know, where, and all things short of it'll fall back down and never reach the K-hole, fall back down to Earth. But if it gets to a certain amount of acceleration, then it will leave the atmosphere and never come back. Well, of course, in this analogy, the never come back means you actually end up in the K-hole and you do come back, but and then the not reaching escape velocity means that you never fully dissociate when you're on it. You've done little enough that that doesn't happen. But yeah, I ended up having, I guess it was Candace, when I was finally came out of it enough to even like get words out and stuff. I had her drive me to my friend's house for some reason. So I was so confused, you know. Like, all I knew was I was scared. I didn't like this. I couldn't grab a hold of any thoughts long enough to hardly know what was going on. And then I knew I'd gotten it from him. So somehow I got in my head that she needed to drive me over to his house. But I could still like just barely like move, you know. That doesn't sound like ketamine to me. That doesn't sound like ketamine at all. Okay, the truth about the DMT magical gnome experience is that it's a wonderful archetypal illusion of the mind. The K-hole experience is a legitimate experience of having the mind pause thought. It's not pausing. It's failing to work properly anymore. It's not some interesting variant of your consciousness. It's what happens when you go, let's load this computer with a bunch of malware. Except it's malware that wears off, you know? Because DMT is much more like that. I had a number of super positive DMT experiences, and no negative ones. But I've yet to actually meet her. Every time I hear she's been in a stream, I guess bad timing or something. I haven't been able to be in the stream the same time she's been in one. But I'm interested in meeting her because I'm hearing a lot about her. I guess she's a new person who's interested in typology or something. I'm not quite sure why she's hanging around us, but I mean, she's never even gone out of her way to introduce herself to me, so she must have gotten to the community through somebody like, I don't know, maybe like cognitive personality theory or Frank James or something, or Gus. But I don't really know much about her. I haven't visited her channel yet. I'm meaning to. I'm meaning to check it out. I figure if she says that she's a certain type, I could type police her. I'm envisioning a bit of a crossover episode. Crossover episode. If I make a short in which, like, Tiffany claims to be, I should make it a short in which Tiffany takes the MBTI test and she claims that she's an INTJ. Yeah, I know mastermind. I'm like the, you know, that really smart guy, Saint Nicholas Tesla or something, and he was the same type as me. Because we both understand how everything is. Like a lot of people. What was I saying? Yeah, well, it's a little bit of both. I feel like every ESFP female claims to be an INTJ. Not all of them. I think it's equally likely an ESFP female, if not more likely, is going to claim to be an ENFP female. Or possibly an ENTP. Really? Oh, you knew Mindy, like, what, back in college? ENTJ, I never would have guessed. From what people saying, she's super, like, FE sounding, apparently. But I don't know. Like I said, just bad timing. I haven't had a chance to meet her. I did meet someone from the channel named Devin. He at least stopped by the live stream. All he said was, "Hey, want to see my move?" And I said, what do you mean? You're in the chat. See, how do I see a move? He said, well, just watch this. And then he said, yeah. So, I think he might be associated with those people. I don't know. I think it might be like a collaborative effort, like a big group of people over there trying to make something. I need to stop speculating and go check out and see what it is. I don't know. Jeremiah Fix, I'm going to have to leave that question unanswered about whether she likes to sing or music or whatever. No, she doesn't. Mindy does not flirt with everyone. Mindy does not. Tiffany doesn't either. The character who flirts with everyone is Tina Marie. Because Tina Marie is committed. Her religion is spring break. So Tina Marie is constantly running around topless saying spring break! Woo! Hey there, big boy! But she's played a fairly minor role thus far in the show. From what I understand, having not ever visited it. I did read the Wikipedia page, is what happened. Oh, life is so silly, isn't it? What are we all doing? What are we all doing here, being all silly? Making silly things, making jokes and stuff. What are we all doing here? Is that we're just entertaining ourselves, really, right? Like nobody's here for any reason other than to entertain themselves. We sure do spend a lot of time entertaining ourselves. Look, yes, it's true, Siegfried, speculations for intuitives, and intuitives are nerds, that's true. But nerds are non-speculative, and therefore those who are in speculation are necessarily non-nerds. So it works both ways. Just don't think about it too hard. Yeah, I would say you could most properly apply the term flirts with everyone to Tina Marie and a couple of, well, like Brandon very awkwardly, Devin very awkwardly tried to flirt with the girls, but the girls aren't interested in them. Corduroy. Corduroy likes a lot older women. And right now, there's not really somebody who's in the demographic he specializes in, I guess you'd say, or it's his fetish or whatever. But I don't mean to embarrass the guy. He didn't explicitly tell me this thing in confidence, and it's gonna come out of this anyway. So I might as well just spill the beans on this. So basically, he's single right now. But it's not that he doesn't have game, it's just that none of the prey that he's hunting is in front of him right now. Of course, the biggest pimp in the entire show has only made one or two appearances. He's known as Philandering Giraffe. Philandering Giraffe has already gotten with Tina Marie. They got caught by Tina Marie's mom, Karen, who said, "Shoot! Get away from my daughter, you philandering you long-necked philanderer!" He is a long-necked philanderer, so he's the most. If you guys are trying to protect your daughter, virtue, you got to keep her away from the philandering giraffe. He has some sort of magnetic power on women. What's your favorite cookie cutter wisdom that someone is giving you? Kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, the one that comes to mind that I heard recently that I liked a lot is there are two ways to do something: right and again. I remember there was a much less well worded version of that in my orchestra classroom in middle school. Jeremiah Fix, did you know? You probably didn't know this. Behind this curtain here, on this wall, I mean, I had set aside a special fund, like YouTube has, okay? A fund of points, especially set aside for the first person who makes a good thalidomide joke. You've just won those points, and there's a bit of a random factor to how many points there are. You can spin the wheel and get anywhere from 5 to 100 points. Okay, Jeremiah Fix is going to be spinning the wheel for his points for making a good thalidomide joke, which are in far too short supply these days. We lost such a rich vein of comedy as people forgot about thalidomide. Anyway, what was I Googling? Ooh, it was important. What was it though? Ah, right, I remember. It was what? Do I remember? No. I don't remember what it was that I was going to Google. And it's all Jeremiah Fix's fault. Call him Jeremiah Break instead. Yeah, Christine, I tell you, I didn't think they were going to get it done in time. I knew I wanted to start the stream by about 11:30, and the workers were literally here well past stopping time. About 11:25, they cleaned up, swept the last bit of dust, and new wall installed. Of course, the install of the new wall is not such the big issue as it is the demo and removal of the old wall, which was really well sturdily built. This one is too, so. Next time I change the wall, I may instruct them, hey, can you build this one kind of flimsy? So it's kind of easier to knock over next time? The network says I'm wasting money, quote unquote, from my budget, quote unquote. I say, hey, this is my artistic vision. I'm expressing myself with your money, okay? It's a lot more important than your money. Comedy veins. Thing is, comedy veins exist in the rough mountainous terrain of the wilds of the metaphysical ecosystem, and if you're a good prospector, you can find them, right? So, in an earlier short that I made that I don't think is published yet, actually it did. This one did publish. I published this one earlier because I thought it was funny. Tiffany says to Sasquatch, "Are you a cat?" Sasquatch, no cat. And then she goes up and feels. You feel like a cat. Sasquatch named Sasquatch. I said, what's the joke, Rachel? What's the punchline? And she actually SI'd it. She said, you know where my clothes are? No. The punchline is, of course, Sasquatch is a strange name for a cat. You see what I'm saying about where the comedy veins of things are? So, oh my god, you're such a weird looking cat. Not cat, Sasquatch. You feel like a cat. Sasquatch named Sasquatch. Sasquatch? What a weird name for a cat. You see what I'm saying? You see how, like, it's there, the punchline's there, it's sitting there, waiting. I know it's a good thing, it's a good one, when I can't get it out, because I start laughing. Then I know, okay, this is going to be a funny one. But it also has something to do with how it loops. So there's this one short that's going to be publishing later on, called Why Skiing, and it loops perfectly so that you can't really, it's long enough that you can't really, you might have trouble the first time it goes around recognizing that it's over, right? So it loops really beautifully. Why skiing? Well, did you watch any of it, Siegfried? I mean, the thing is, it makes it, when I'm talking about the media and describing the joke or exemplifying and demonstrating it, it's not quite the same thing as how it plays out in the short. Because the weird thing about reality, and that shorts has helped me understand better, is that analyze the power of NI lies is the same as the power of timing. When you are dealing with a 6-second long thing, whether there's a 0.2 second pause between meow and meow or a 0.3 second pause can be the difference between it working and being fucking hilarious and it not working at all. It's weird. But, hey, Boba Fett, hey. Hey, buddy. Hey, big guy. Listen. I want to talk to you about something important. You are loved. Even when you're mad at the STJs, I'm not going to say, you stop being mean. I'm just going to remind you. Hey, Boba Fett, listen. Tonight we're not getting mad, alright? You know why? Because tonight Eric took half a Klonopin. And it's a lot easier not to get mad on such evenings. You know, kind of smooths out whatever residual gack you may have from your day's worth of flaggage, while concurrently smoothing out that adversarial edge that sometimes may emerge from my usually sheathed and hopefully ceremonial sword. That's right, Boba Fett. You know what? Why don't we care a little bit less about who's right and a little bit more about who's loved? Because who's loved? It's not the rightest person, is it? Who's the most loved person? So let's try to talk about this, because what we see out there in the community are people like this host Eric guy who goes around and basically judges everybody and tells them who they are. It's the most appallingly arrogant thing imaginable, but let's not focus on what he's doing wrong, because that's what he's doing wrong. He's not wrong. Of course, neither are the other people. Nobody is. The problem is simply that he's hurting things. He's causing hurt to happen. And when it's avoidable, we have a responsibility to be a little more emotionally responsible than that. So, I'm not here to judge, I'm not here to critique. He's got a lot of growing up to do, that man does. He doesn't understand that there's a lot more richness in this world, in one pinky of this world, than that bitter old man is ever going to find in 1,000 pages of his fancy arguments. I'm sorry, I just, you know, my intuition was right about that guy. At first I wasn't sure, but I've watched enough now to know he's not what he appears to be, okay? And sometimes he seems funny or nice, but, you know, I'm pretty sure that man's a narcissist. He claims to be blind to his feelings. That's exactly the sort of thing a narcissist would say. And, I mean, I'm not pathologizing him, I'm not saying he is one, but he's definitely a narcissist. Jonathan Mazzoni says, Eric, can you give us your impersonation of a roll of aluminum foil giving birth to a leprechaun? Sure. Oh, the Irish Spring. Wait, let me put the gold back there. Okay, I got it. Okay, wrap us off now. Oh, Mommy, you're so silver and flat. There you go. There you go. I mean, being Mindy in the chat of someone's stream, it makes that experience makes it very clear to me. Oh, I always am choosing how I act. I just sometimes pretend I'm not. Like, no, it's not that. I'm always choosing how I act. It's just that usually I'm choosing to act without thought, without planning. I'm choosing to be without that much FE planning, right? Well, what I did was I took on the identity by pretending to only be able to use my left foot for a full 6 weeks before we started that shooting that impression right there. And in fact, the rest of my muscles have atrophied to the point where doctors are concerned that I'm never going to retrieve full functionality again. But I say, I'm an actor. I'll die for a role if it's required by the playwright. If the story really needs it. If it's my pièce de résistance, you know. That's what I'm talking about. Looking for a real artist to direct me. Somebody who can see my talent. You know, my middle school drama teacher said I was the second best Macbeth he'd seen that semester in our class. If you didn't count Becky. Rebecca. We call her, some people call her Becky, some people call her Rebecca. She's this blonde, red-haired girl that said she wanted to play Lady Macbeth, but she'd rather play regular Macbeth. And I said, well, I don't want to play Macbeth. You take my job. But the director said, no, you have to, Eric. When you are on stage, being that person, every eye is captivated, staring at you. Look at that guy act, everyone's saying. He's acting the living shit out of that role. Flower shops close early on the days I perform in New York City. So abundant are the bouquet-laden armloads of post-performance praise flowers. Post-performance praise flowers. Siegfried, you were the third best in chess club? Why didn't you make a career of it? The natural question. Why aren't I reading about you right now on the cover of Chess Illustrated, the international chess magazine that presents chess players as though they were skydivers? So no matter, in every shoot for Chess Illustrated, they show people playing chess, you know, chess masters playing chess, but then they never show them sitting down, being nerdy about it. They always show pictures of them sweeping by the chessboard, a sport coat draped rakishly over one shoulder, and as the chess master passes the board with a quick glance, he just knight to the 4 to the queen 4, check. They only show pictures like that. They're trying to raise the public's fanciness rating for chess. Because they're afraid that the misapplication of, or misattribution of INTP values to chess has made people think less of chess, because people think more of chess as being representative of those useless people with beards. What I should do is I should break all the types into sets of 3. I know it doesn't make 16, so then I'd have to have one extra one or something. But I was thinking, alright, so useless smelly beard people. INTJs, INTPs, ENTPs. I'll tell you that right there. You put that down, right down on the list right there. Useless, smelly, windbags. The useless, smelly windbags are... Now, INTJ might say, why are you putting me in the useless category? Smelly, I get. Why are you putting me in the windbag category? And I'd say, well, you're right. I've done this poorly. If I'm going to include INTJs in our party, we have to find some commonality to our bearded intuitiveness that's not also linked to our cognitive functions, because otherwise we'll always be different about it. So let's see. Well, we know we're using both intuitive perceiving functions, so maybe we should just pull a bomber. That seems like a good idea, instead of trying to figure something out. Figuring shit out for subjects. I am the sovereign. I wait for no one. I move with angels, waiting for subjects. I am the sovereign. I wait for no man, waiting on angels. I am the sovereign. That's one of Corey's choruses. I'm not doing it justice, but it's a great song. Great. He's got great lyrics too. Oh, I feel sad about Corey. I feel sad. I don't know how to put it. It's like, I want him in my life, but like, what do you do when your best friend was dragged off into, some kind of prisoner abuse camp 20 years ago, and had frequent enough furloughs that you often saw him when he wasn't at the prison abuse camp, but then when he's done hanging out with you, y'all would go back there, and gradually being subject to abuse creates a rift. There's a solvency there when I was still drunk, because I was abusing myself, at least. So, and I was not. I obviously I obviously struggled with drinking. And it obviously made me fundamentally weak in a way that any environment of abuse is going to make someone weak. So there was a shared foundation, a shared shaky foundation there. And while my foundations were never quite as shaky as his, relationshiply until Kimberly, but I didn't persist in that for so long. While as the years pass and more damage gets done to him, he gets more and more. He has to construct more wildly more wildly reactionary narratives to sustain his identity. Like, it'd be fine if all it required was that he could reliably trust that I wasn't going to challenge those things. The problem is he's an NI-dom. And I think being around me makes him see the truth. It puts him in a kind of an impossible position because there's no partial solution, right? Like, so he can't make any progress by talking about it differently or better. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to know. There's nothing to parse or whatever. And the reason for that is because he's been abused for many years and continues to be abused. You're genuinely creeped out by the thumbnail? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Would you like a soothing puff from my cigarette? I hear it calms the nerves. For people like you who've become alarmed and disturbed, let me attend to your emotional equilibrium. Please. Early on here. Just take a puff of this real quick. There. Blow it out. Yeah, there you go. Feels a lot better now, doesn't it? Turned out you just needed a cigarette. That'd be cool. I wish I had access to kids singers. I mean, that was one of the cool things about being a teacher is you had access to kids for projects sometimes in certain ways, you know. And are kids useful in artistic projects? Sure, absolutely. Like, what's her name? Haley was, I think she was still 17 when I first started working with her. She had a beautiful voice. Still, I mean, she's not dead. I'm assuming she still does, but. The thing is, it's actually quite interesting because Haley and I were activity partners. We were well positioned to actually regularly work together. But what it required for me was for me to be the one who provided all the NI. So she never had any opinions about whether what we were doing was good or not, for example. You might say, well, she's just being polite and not telling you she didn't like it. But she did like it. She was super happy when the video we made was well received when she showed it to other people. But it wasn't as though she thought from that, this is good material, I like these songs even, or stuff like that. She just, very unipolar. I will play the guitar for a little bit and then I can stop dreaming and start gleaming. A gleam with the glittery glimmers of Glissondo's worth of Worcestershire's glossiest gloves. How glossy are thine gloves, thine gloves, thine gloves? Glossy enough for love? For love? For love? It's one of those questions that's really difficult to answer. Those aren't the lyrics that I like. I'd like a different set here tonight. Look to the left, look to the right. Score a touchdown. Fight, fight, fight. Must we fight? Oh, you must. You know you must because you're extraordinarily musty smelling. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, fabulous our friend. Wonderful kitty, petting time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's bedtime. And wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. But your wonderful kitty is a fabulous mess I never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Don't let me let you, you just walk away. It's bedtime time. Hooray. It's the slow version of that. The guitar's out of tune. Well, I mean, it's about as in tune as it gets, really. It's not perfectly. This thing doesn't have perfect intonation. It's got good intonation for the price I paid for it, but it's not exactly perfect. Alright, fine, I'll tune it. That's as the 8th versus 7th. I watched an INTP do this to me when I just did the Boba Fett, but much more explicitly. Like, Boba Fett didn't tell me Um, tune the guitar. He told me the guitar's out of tune. And of course, I talked about the reality rather than doing anything. INTPs will continue doing that until you say, "No, I'm serious. Stop what you're doing now and go tune the guitar." You should do that somehow. Doesn't get through to them. It's like turn into a command or something. Maybe preface it with, "I'm not commanding you. I'm saying go tune the guitar right now." Better in tune now, and I never used that tuning video on YouTube. I always use the same tuning video on YouTube. It's not that one. This time it was that one. It must have moved up on the algorithm when you search for it or something. And it's about a little less than a half step lower than the A of the other one, you know. I could shake my fist. Is this really 440? I'd like to make something pleasant, something palatable on a plate like pheasant under glass, only musically. But it's not the most very likely ghost to manifest poltergeist activity tonight, because those kind of frights are reserved for Halloween. still. This moon, instead of killing what here exists, rather defines it or informs it in ways that make it more mine than it was before this. I hope this song improves your mood. I hope this song brings you a good attitude. However you define it, I don't mean to imply that you got to be happy or cheerful. Like I know it's a pain when your nose won't stop itching, 'cause your mustache needs a trim. Yeah, I hate how I've got to constantly be up there and scratching at him. But don't let any of this at all ever discourage you or make you feel blue, because it has no sovereignty over matters of thee and thine, thou and thou. The beginning song which started this along set a fairly positive tone and encouraged us all to make the best out of our situation. That's easy for you to say when your situation is the best, but there's no better way to address the breath. Don't think that makes it free and easy. Instead it makes it an easy and high-wire act to prance along. We prance along, we like to prance, like they prance in Germany, not France. We're a German prancing troupe. We subsist entirely on loops, often Fruit Loops, sure, but you know those are merely the kind that come to mind first. Other loops include a cereal as simple as a Cheerio, as loopy as a Cheerio could be. And if your Fruity Loops are instead musical toots, then perhaps you're back in 1993. I mean 2003. Hey, anybody here remember that thing? What a depressing question to ask. Maybe I remember it, maybe I don't. Don't wanna know if I won't find out that nobody recalls the things that are important to me. We all age out from victory to X, being at some point, or it's removed for us by thee. Maybe I come recklessly in danger in everyone's life. Positive read. Moving steadily is always good for the feet, good for the meat of the soul, which is where the happiness bone lives. And normally abortions people. Let's get some blues, but make it kind of nice, make it kind of clean about like blue, you know, right? Bad. I like cliche that you might call that. If that were a color cloth from the protonic company, which puts out the books of color swaths, which includes Indian summer and cereal, periwinkle dawn, dusting fries on greenish lawn. Oh, there's such colors as that. Eric, you're so beyond help at this point. Oh, body movement. Oh, body movement. I've got a physical body. Take that, physical body. Yeah. Got legs, got arms. I'm rocking the arms, rocking legs. There's no goddamn beverages in here. I just keep walking around looking for something that has liquid in it, giving up and sitting down again. Oh, what a horrible cursed fate this is. And an apparently insurmountable one until my many, theretofore futile, half-assed, half-attended to searches actually reveal the mostly full cover copy right there. What do you know? Okay, you guys ready for some NFP music? You said you'd be there. We talked in military time. I saw the time change. I recognized the stars moving in the sky, and I waited for you. I waited alone. I waited till dawn, but you never came. I felt ashamed. It must be easy for you. Get everything you wanted to. You know you've that appealing kind of face. We could all imagine you Wes Henderson movie, playing the role of a Frenchman on holiday. That's why I've written this 12-minute song, aimlessly musing about you. And a piece. There you go, and a piece. Here. Oh, look, I can be you. Can you be me? Huh? I mean, all I can say. I could be you. I could be stupid. Sorry. I don't mean to be mean. I'm sorry. It just seemed funny to say. It's not funny if you're one of those people. They feel bad, and then you should feel bad too. You wouldn't. You not should. You do, and that's why you're trying to stop doing that. That's why you're trying to stop doing that. It's an odd construction, doesn't it? It's not. I don't think, but it sounds weird in my mouth. That's why I'm trying to stop doing that. Trying to stop doing that. Sounds strange. Stopping to try doing this would be one that should sound strange because it's wrong. Where is that thing? There it is. Okay. Nobody ever helps me at all when I ask questions about the location of physical objects. I wish you guys would be a little bit more helpful. I wish I asked where's the thing. Winston's mom would just toss me the heater remote, knowing that's what I was talking about. No more, don't worry. No more NFP jams. Oh my God, man. That was such an NFP jam. It moved me so much. I was moved. By whom? This really rude man. He said, that's my chair now. He picked me up and he moved me. I'm so sorry that happened at my concert. My concert? You call this our concert arc? Yes, this is a concerto I'm playing. Call it Concerto in Be Patient. Thank you for being here, everybody. My first concerto is entitled Concerto B minor or Concerto in B Patience. I chose 20 BPM cause I think it's the most poppin' tempo in the land. Can you speed up a little bit though? It seems so awfully slow, 20 beats per minute. You can play a song that slowly. People be like, yeah, I think that's, I think it's funny, like the super long national anthems. Like, somebody's get assigned the national anthem and they They do their 6 minute long rendition of like, oh, say, can you see by the dawn early light? They do all that shit. Why do people do that? Why do they do that? I wonder what they're thinking about when they're doing that. What do you think they're thinking about? They must just be thinking, I feel absolutely ridiculous. But they don't. They do not know what they should feel. Or are they disobeying what they should feel? According to the field shooters. The field shooters are a new department or sub-department of the NSA. Go around and tell people what they should do. Back to F. Right. I don't normally try rapping over guitar that I'm playing. If I'm flapping over white cliffs there, that's what they say. Although I had never gone to play, look at the cliffs with my eyes. If I had, perhaps I would know more nicely, more clearly, definitively too, whether it is something that I could do. I'm not used to rapping and clapping, not used to singing along with my thing. If I am going to make a rap song, it is true, I always seem naturally to start with the beats. But perhaps this one could, I don't know, incur the kind of wood that's needed to make a guitar that's in this analogy far enough along to please me and make sure that the activity is completed successfully. Whatever it was, I forget. See, it's not really my fault, I guess, because my brain just ain't the best. Sometimes it retains things, sometimes it don't. Oh, don't worry, I've not lost memory, it's always been that way. It was from the day I was born to the day I was 3 to the day I did today. Yeah, my memory is instrumental, doing things for me, answering the questions, popping up with words, but really, whom does it serve? Does it serve its own interests? How could it have interest if it's a part of me? It's functionality, it's a subserviency. One thing serves the other, as is appropriate. one thing serves the other in this thing that we call life. Or some of us do, others might call it being alive, living or not dying, or sustaining biological processes, avoiding proud diseases, and buying Priuses to take up to the desert for vacation. Oh, hey there, don't let yourself forget what's on the calendar for Tuesday night. Best I want to tell you before we forget, alright? Don't forget, after PTA, we've got that thing the next day. Oh, you mean the double anal fisting outdoor orgy public humiliation festival we're going to do? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know. We go to it every year. When they had it twice a year at a time, we went both times. And when they had it 3 times, we went all 3. In fact, you might well say that we were enthusiastically involved in this activity. So why would you ask me to verify if the thing you surely was talking about wasn't the thing I said I was talking about? Well, I would ask equivalently, how could you just learn the words like that? See, would you not stay on point? You did worse than I ever did. If anybody's going to the joint for failure business in this song, it better be you and not me. Oh, it's gonna be you, not me. That's what I said. I know, but when you said it, it meant the opposite thing, saying both of our hands. Well, that's true. I suppose you didn't fall for my turn. Why would I ever fall for such a prepubescent burn? I'm super resistant. Do you know why? Because I'm insistent on getting high, and then I'll rub wrong resin on my skin. So much better sunscreen than the stuff they sell to you. I'll tell you, they're merely exploiting your passion for avoiding sunburn. Boy, I'll tell you, those companies really get you. They say it's stuff that you don't even need. They don't seem to care about the poor or the oppressed or anybody who needs to feed on the milk, the tea, the juice, the juicy, titty, milky puce, Jerry Busey's puce, which is his favorite color. If you've got Jerry Busey's puce, then that's the right color for this goose. Oh, today we're at goose coloring school. If you brought in a plain white goose, kudos to you, because you don't lose, because you can most easily paint a white goose. I see a couple students didn't read the memo, brought in a black goose and said, don't worry, I'm not going to throw you out of this classroom on your head, nor am I going to take your goose and kill it dead and say, I told you don't do that. No, that would be an extreme reaction, and I wouldn't want to do that. Why? Because I'd probably get fired. Everybody dip their goose in Uso. Everybody dip their goose in primer. Everybody dip their goose in Uso. It's a good kind of I like her. Dip your goose in Uso. Drink its liver and a shoe so. that you feel the flavor of the liver and the shoe flavor in your mouth. After you've done that, we can begin to talk about these onions. You gotta take these onions and you turn them into little hats. Put the little hats on the goose's little heads, and oh, how cute they're looking. Doesn't that think that was the thing that you did there well? Yes, well, you did it well, and well, you did it, but that's not enough. Because you've got to smell it fit, or you won't have enough expertise to repeat this process after I'm dead. Well, Eric, I see you're purposeful and you're doing this evening. Kind of trying to be purposeful without being purposeful, of course. Well, of course, but you still be more or less unsuccessful. Okay, fine, I'll try harder. God. Eric? I know, Eric, shut up. Eric needs to stop talking to Eric sometimes. Don't listen to that Eric guy. If you're Eric, don't listen to that Eric guy. He's a little fractured in his sense of self. We need to know. We need a pen. We need a pen. Happenings down by our means to judge. Logic to life we divisively unlike, and from which we'll rarely budge. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged at how there's a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities into win heartache and misery, following necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting, cursing, and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all pretend. Duty shared our limits, hoping Julie will too. Harry fled for 4 minutes. He just can't share things like they do. She always thought that she ought to when she was too bad. She was forgotten about shit and I'm told that she ever called, she'll die. People everywhere gather up enemies, outraged at how they miss a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities into win heartache and misery, following necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting, cursing, and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all partition the right. We all partition the right reason, calling destruction of the whole damn world. Kablooey. Kablooey or kablam. You choose. Either way is fine. Kablooey and kablam, that's asking too much. You're being greedy at that point. El Niño Mayan. mess. You call those storms. Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, I drizzle more. When I be in the sink, just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatter. And when I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go up there and take me a bucket, pour water inside. I'll say, hey Mr. Cloud, drop from the bottom. Hey Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. So slow and sleepy. I'm sleepy, sleepy, slacky. It was 100,000 million years ago. Time ran slow. Nobody yet to show. Place the slabs below. Let them go. They will start to grow. More years ensue. Tears gnashing through. Whole slabs come to view. Unchangingly true and eternally new. When the slope appears in charge today, options is larger, other ways. Give each a chance now. Once quick to check, but don't get caught standing on deck. The slope presents a fork. It's not easy stopping short. Too far along to turn around. Perhaps the better sport was headed ever north. Now there's a bitter force in enemy ground. Enemy ground. The saddest kind of ground there is. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair, times when it's hard to feel good. That's when I look for a sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Every life lived reaches an end when the road disappears. travel all alone. That's when I look for my sacrifice of sea. And that's that you fill up on. And that statue on nothing but bone. Beside your love, helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. It's really hard to continue rapping when you're playing the guitar. You can't help but want to sing along or start getting drunk. Something like this where you go to the thing and you're not very good because you're it's like, it's weird. You can't, like, you rap to a beat, but you can't really rap to playing the guitar. It's like wrong, like incest. Oh, Eric. You sicken me. I come outside. You come outside. My side. Your arms are folded. I'm getting scolded for playing again. I wanna be as much as I can in terms of the man you want me to be. I gotta do what I got to do. I'll include you in everything that I can. I'm your man, and you're my girl. I mean my woman in the world. You're my one. We'll be with till my dying day. I have plenty of guitars so times with my voice. I'm singing so fucking terribly. I can't sing anything. Maybe I should just beat myself in the face with the guitar. That would probably sound better. Some folk call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumping and a kicking cans, but it won't do an ounce of good to call me names. My daddy wasn't well able, though I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a wild boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. Proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a wild boy looking for a place to do my thing. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. Just a wild boy looking for a place to do his thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. Proud and white and got a song to sing. I said a few things and I've admitted if you want to get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Ow. Ooh, ah, ah. Small town boy, been around a little, and I like guitar and I like the fiddle. All them's this old causes to feel my name. I'm a blue-eyed Billy and I'm feeling with it. I don't want to hurt nobody, but a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Don't want no handout living, I want a piece of what they give me. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. I said a few things I admitted. If you wanna get in, get home and give me just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. That's kind of fun for things that are shitty and horrible. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he's tried, they only run and hide. Again, he is denied the chance to yell at them. God, my SI is fucking shot right now. I can't remember things for shit. Can't even remember what was so important about remembering how badly you fell. The answer is always the same. Because you fail. Okay. I fail. I feel like yesterday's rotten potato peelings. Fail to be something other than that. I'm yours if I want it. You're mine if I want that too. I want to be wanted. And it's something you do. Okay, open. I'm yours if I want it. You're mine if I want that too. But I want to be wanted. Not sure it's something you can do. 1994. I was 18, you were 16. You're mine if I want it. I'm yours if I want that too. Wanna be wanted. Not sure if you can do. You said, you told me, whatever you said. I knew. You're mine if I want it. I'm yours if I want that too. But I wanna be wanted. Not sure it's something that you can do. You said, you told me, whatever you said. Whatever you said, oh right. Whatever you said. You knew those words would reverberate in my head. You're mine if I want it. I'm yours if I want that too. I wanna be wanted. Not sure it's something you can do. 1989. I was 18, you were 16. It was fine. We lost each other. You're mine if I want it. I'm yours if I want that too. I wanna be wanted. Not sure it's something that you can do. When you said, you told me, whatever you said. I knew those words would reverberate in my head. You're mine if I want it. I'm yours if I want that too. I want to be wanted. Not sure it's something that you can do. You said, I told you. You said, you told me. Whatever you said. Whatever you said. You knew the words would reverberate in my head. But I'm yours if I want it. You're mine if I want that too. I wanna be wanted. Not sure you can do. I'll probably start playing that song. It's a pretty good song. Pretty damn good now that I can play the guitar kind of. I don't mind that song. It's fine. It's a fine enough song. it a chance to erupt. Give it a chance to clear out its old deprecated way. Going to the low, up mountain, going to the low, going to the low. Life is a constant battle between hating yourself too much and too little, it might seem. If you feel I like the guitar, but I feel like I totally can't play it right now. It feels nice in my fingers, like yesterday's jelly. She feels nice in my fingers, Captain, like yesterday's jelly. first approached music in America, we must learn about the beat. Some of us was just born with very shitty metronomes, at least when we're just playing guitar. Although I could tell when I started rapping in this instance, my metronome improved by far, or maybe by near instead. It's hard to say, but it was better than when I was dead. And I could imagine this kind of thing, being able to be rapped over by myself. Not everything is like this, of course. Some other things might be like this north. Otherwise, I would not bring it up. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. With some more miles, some more time. Cloudy day in Los Angeles, cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I've something to say. Life is strangely forgiving to those who stay awake all night. And mostly voices say to give in. They'll try to sap your will to find. But whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what all would I avoid. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done, and we need to buy more time. The worst spent last 60 minutes of my life, I wasn't just failing to succeed. I was succeeding so hard at failing. I struggled enough extra failings to last me 600 years. Which is more time than I'm going to need for failings, I'm sure. Failings, metal tailings, snailing me around, hiding neath the shadows, chasing neath the ground, bringing up your favorite cloth to swaddle me therein, and dance around, mouth of froth, and call me now your friend, but in a weird Armenian way. It's a conversation stopper. Yeah, that's the end of any sentence. And it's a combination stopper. Say, well, it was pretty great until its aesthetic shifted in the Armenian direction. At that point, it was all gold and marble. During the Armenian genocide, what the Turks did is they hand-selected everybody with any taste. They went first. Ergo, the current state of Armenian aesthetics. The golder and shinier and more made out of marble, the better. Listen, my friends, I'm your wife. Look, I got you a great deal on marble, on a marble hat. I don't want a marble hat. It's going to be so heavy. It's fine Italian marble. What happened to your wife? She's suffered a neck injury from wearing a hat made of marble. A hat made of marbles? No, marble. Marble like the movies? Marble like the rock you carve shit out of. Oh, marble. How much marble is in her hat? It's no more than 700 pounds. So quite a bit of weight for her after carry away on her neck, anyway. Hold on a second, self-help lounge. You shouldn't get that backwards. I'm pretty sure you can fail without a Coke from McDonald's. If you have the Coke from McDonald's, it insulates you from failure. It makes you an acceptable person again. Instead of a weirdly self-loathing, like change gathering monkey stereotype who literally feels like like, ew about myself when I make poor decisions, like aimlessly clawing a penny around on the guitar on stream. Anyway, obviously, I need to go to bed here. This is ridiculous. I've been up for too long. With too many bonus stakes of weirding salts. I'm feeling very weirded right now. Not so much in a free-flowing creative way as a slightly handicapped way. Like everything is kind of, what's the word? Halting in its presentation because my brain's not working like it used to. It used to work like a dog, but that was many, many hours ago that I last took an Adderall. I only took one of them today, believe it or not. You enjoy the aimless clonking? Am I clonking? I didn't realize that one could clonk. Now that I know, I will attempt to do so more in the future. Is clonk a transitive verb? Does it take a direct object? Or is it like yawning? Or what? If I clonk a girl, am I going to get in trouble? This is generally a good question if you want to know what a word means. Right? Sever? Yes, you will. So I guess what we'll do here is we get ready for bed. The next thing to do is tell an actual bedtime story. And that means a little bit of mood lighting. AKA darkness. There. Oh, those lights were so bright, you know what I'm saying? You guys were hitting it too. Alright, I need a little bit of reminders from a couple of people here what story we're telling tonight. See what people say. Somebody's indicating there needs to be a shrimp on the Barbie. That's a good idea, Little Fat. I was a little slow to process that. It's a good idea. And just have like Barbie say, I can't believe I agreed to be party to this ridiculous Australia joke. Have her standing there with one shrimp on her, and have some other character say, be in between her and a third character, and second character call over to the one who's walking away. Are you sure we need to put another shrimp on the Barbie? There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for it. Okay, so in this story, I'm glad there's only a few of us here, because this mission they've afforded us today has required me to sign the most sternly signed signatures to the most staunchly restrictive disclosure documents before I could even talk to you people right here. If there are more people here, we probably can do this mission. We have to put it off. But since it's just us here, we'll do it, okay? So, what the government has informed me, unfortunately, is that a subsidiary, Frito-Lay's company, who ran and owns and still running a production factory of affiliated brand Doritos under a different brand name, basically. And one of the ingredients they've been using is human flesh, which they've been getting from corpses at the morgue. So we've got to go put a stop to that because that's not okay. Of course, this subsidiary of the Frito-Lay Corporation is located in the Falkland Islands, so we'll have to travel there. Well, Boba Fett, Jonathan, Self-Help Lounge, we're all sitting at the coffee table in the coffee shop at the regional airport, where we will take off to go to another regional airport, from which we will stop over once in Rio and then go to another regional airport and then go to the Falkland Islands. But anyway, we're at our first regional airport right now. And of course, we all know how Self-Help Lounge has his scrapbook thing with the airport. He's kind of doing all the baseball stadiums, but he's doing it with airports, you know. And so we're not in any huge hurry. We sit down on the bench there, and Self-Help Lounge starts documenting this airport, taking a lot of pictures. He actually got out surveying equipment, which surprised me. But then the next surprise was somewhat aborted because he reached into his bag and was pulling out a jackhammer. He appeared to be prepared to do construction work on the airport that was unapproved, unasked for. I talked to him about it later. He said he felt as though the feng shui of the room needed that wall down. So I get it. It was a pretty important reason. But anyway, right as he brings out the jackhammer, 3 men approach at fast speed, and all of a sudden Jonathan Basanti is up off the bench, pinned against the wall. I'm like, what's going on? I stand up. Sit down, sir. Do not interfere, they tell me. But at this time, I've accidentally sat on Boba's lap when I sat down, so I'm pretty mad at Boba Fett. Boba Fett, my man butt had to touch your man thighs. You scoot over to that side of the bench because I need to be closer to the action. So I've sat on the side of the bench that's closer to the action. Now you kind of hear what the cops were saying, you know. They were saying, things like, did you do it, that thing? And the guy was saying, no. What about the other thing? The guy would say, no. What about the third thing? The guy would say, no. And after that, the agents packed the briefcases, gave a knowing look, and handed all parties involved in the story a small pig. It was clearly magic. In fact, they had written on it, someone had written in Sharpie on it, it's big enough to fit a Sharpie label on it. Magic pig. I'm writing the magic one. Obviously, they had several incarnations of it that weren't magic, but that's what's suggested anyway. And so I said, you guys, I gotta rest for a second. Hold on, Jonathan was going to sit down right here. Both of us sit down over there. Okay, good. Well, see yourself help lunch. Come over here and sit down too. Oh, look, you gotta help me. Where was I going with the story before I sidetracked? I was saying something about something, and then we're knocking down that wall. Oh, the security came, right. Security comes. They got Jonathan Masani pinned up against the wall. And tell me to sit sitting, you know. Of course, they left at my phone. It was a recording, but I noticed that there's some blood just dribbling down from the corner of his cheek, right here, onto his beard. And it's starting to gross me out. And so I stand up abruptly, and, you know, agent people like freeze up real quick and look at me aggressively. They don't really do anything. And I say, look, that guy's gross enough without a bunch of scabs in his beard. What if I have to touch his beard and I touch half congealed scabs? As it is, I end up touching his acne on his back all the game long, sometimes depending on the uniform he was wearing. So, that's not good. It means that it must be bad then. Well, no, Eric, not everything's not good is bad. Your world is too complicated. Well, I mean, things could be neither good nor bad, right? What's that? You tell me. Okay, Mr. Logical Man. What is that sigh all about? Tell me. It's just me sighing. I'm so tired. Are you really tired? No, I really, really am tired. You are a little bit fakey about this kind of thing. Oh, really? No, but yeah, you right there. That's the house you used to live at. No, it looks different. I know, they remodeled it. What were we talking about? Cheating death? You don't gotta cheat death, you gotta talk them into a game and win it. A game is simple, but also, you gotta have some skill, because obviously the devil has the devil's own luck, right? So you need to have some good skill to beat him. Probably wouldn't really want to challenge it to a gambling competition in horse racing, although it may not be the worst of it either. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Falling asleep?